Hello, it's Darin Eppich. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about, or give you guys 5 tips that have helped my home buyers, my clients, win in multiple offer situations in the last year during this competitive market. This will be for, prospective buyers, current buyers. This will even help some agents if they haven't been able to figure out how to help their clients win. I'm just giving you the kind of feedback and tips that have worked for me. So here we go. 5 tips that are going to help you win in multiple offer situations, or at least put you in better striking distance. If you like the video you see today, please like my video. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. And if you have any ideas of videos you want to see in the future, please comment below. Number 1, strong offer. So from the get-go, you're in, it's going to be probably a multiple offer situation. Do you want to put an offer in at asking, or do you want to put in an offer above asking to show that you're serious and you really want the place? The answer is you want to put an offer that is above asking, and quite a bit actually. I mean, if the place is $1 million, you want to get their attention. At least do 1.05, which is, 5% above asking. If you really want to get their attention and it's a great property and you have the budget for it, I would go even closer to 1.1. What this does is it makes them already put you as like a front runner. And some of these people are getting so many offers, they don't even want to deal with, multiple counters. They may only pick the top 3, top 2. So if you really want the property, you just show them. So that's what a strong offer is. Not everyone can do all cash. Don't worry about that. Down payment will be talked about soon. It does make you look stronger, but a strong offer can also be just showing a lot of proof of funds, so they see that maybe, hey, they can put 30% down if they had to. They can put 40% down. They're, pre-approval letters for XYZ. The contingencies are shortened. We'll talk about that too. That's another tip. But yeah, strong offer really comes down to basics. You want to show them you're serious. You want to show strong proof of funds if you have it. These are all things that are perception. Just think about it, psychology. If you look like you're attractive and you have a lot of money to put down, and you have an offer that's quite a bit above asking, they're going to take you seriously. So that is one of the most important things. Not everyone can do that, but I would say when you can, don't lollygag, put a good offer in, a strong offer. Makes a big difference. It usually shows who the people are that really want the place. Obviously, your budget can have restrictions. That's why you have to be smart about what you shop for. But a lot of multiple offer situations out there, a strong offer gets you on the right start from the get-go and gives you the best shot. And just think about it from their perspective, from a seller and an agent, that you look like you're the person who wants the house the most. And usually they do accept the best offer, which is the highest number. So that's the number 1 tip, but not everyone can do that. And that's why we're going to talk about the other tips as well. Number 2, down payment. What it does is it looks attractive to a seller if you can put down more, or when people are all cash, it's because they know they don't have to go through a lender. They don't have to worry about closing. There's no restrictions in terms of probably contingencies, maybe inspections, but they don't really care usually if they're all cash. If you have a high down payment also, it just shows that you're strong and that there's, going to be less issues when it comes to the lender. It's like less fear of that. And it just looks better. You got 25, 30% down and your offer's at $1 million. And someone else is at 10% down and they're $1 million budget, I mean, they just feel more warm and fuzzy with yours from the get-go. I've said this before, you don't necessarily have to put 20% down to buy a home. You don't have to have it saved up. It does help you, give you flexibility in this competitive market. It does allow you to get a higher budget if you can put 20% down, but for the sake of what we're talking about right now, a higher down payment just makes you look more attractive. We've even done something with our lender and buyers before where we actually put an offer in with a higher down payment, show proof of funds that can cover that. And then when they go through the process, we may retract and go down with the lender to a smaller down payment, but they already know that they're gonna be approved and their loan is gonna fund. So it's basically like almost like a strategy from a marketing perspective to show the seller how serious they are and how attractive they are. It's a little tip. It's I'm not going to say it's misleading, because it's not, because they can put it down, they show proof of funds for it, but ultimately, it's a way to make them more attractive by showing a higher down payment number. So it's a little trick. Number 3, shortening your contingencies. You have a loan contingency, you have an inspection contingency, and you have an appraisal contingency. These are, a certain amount of days to close within 30 days anyways. A lot of people are doing 7 to 10 days across the board for inspection, appraisal. Some people are even removing the appraisal and inspection. The loan contingency is usually has come down to 17 days, maybe 14 you can do, depending on the lender. But you're gonna wanna do this from the get-go. It makes you look stronger. The shorter your contingencies, it looks like you're trying to close faster and you're serious. They're going to counter a lot of times right now in this market with shorter contingencies anyways. Only reason they wouldn't counter your one of these contingencies, like the appraisal to be, or the loan, for example, to be less than 21 days, is because you have the strongest offer and they're happy with that from the get-go. Or they've talked to you and they're just really happy with it. But a lot of times these people are going to counter with these shorter contingencies anyways. So I think lead with your best foot forward and show them that you're serious about it by having an offer with shorter contingencies. It makes for a stronger offer. Going back to number 1, strong offer. This is part of that. This is part of the summary of the offer. So I think it's a great way to show you're serious and to show the seller and the homeowner that you are ready to play ball and you want to buy this house, and that also that you're all lined up. Number 4, a letter to the seller. Or the sellers. This is a practice that's been used for years. It can be a differentiator. It's going away, and it's because it has something to do with discrimination and being based on race, religion, etc. It seems to be it's becoming some kind of taboo. But sellers and agents are still asking for them or saying you can submit them, because I just had it happen this week. So if you do write a letter, note that you're differentiating yourself from other, buyers. And if it's competitive and you're number 2, number 3, number 1, in the top 3, if you will, after the counter or before the counter, if you're close and you do the letter and they connect with you, you might get picked over the other offers. I mean, I've had buyers get selected because they just seem more serious about the property through their letter, along with their offer being strong. And a strong offer is still going to be the number 1. But if you have a strong offer and it's competitive, this letter could show, along with everything else, that you're serious about it and that they'll be, wanting to work with you, that you're going to be, happy to go into escrow, happy to go through inspections. You're not going to be a pain in the ass. It shows you're serious about the property and you really want to live there. So this can really play a huge part in the process. Heck, I've even sent them in with a buyer's letter, even when they said they probably wouldn't read it, but you never know. They may just look at the fact that we submitted one. It's like submitting a resume with a cover letter. You put in a cover letter, it shows how much more serious you're about the job than someone else who's just applying coldly. So the letter still holds weight. It can be an X factor, a game changer. It can make the differentiator for you getting a property over not. So I highly advise any buyers to always write a letter that is thoughtful, meaningful towards the home, the seller, the area, and honest. You can elaborate a little bit, but be honest about it, and they'll feel it. If they read it, they'll tell. So that's number 4, a letter to the seller. Even though it's changing, I still highly recommend it. Number 5, strong agent and lender. Best way to put this is a strong agent is great at communicating with the agent, and they can tell through the process if they're good or going to be smooth in the deal making. Also, just kind of reassurance and confidence in their client for the buyer perspective. I've had this play out a few times where the agent actually told me that they liked how much I communicated and how transparent and fluid I was. So it gave them confidence in doing the deal with me. I had one deal specifically where they actually chose me because they liked how I dealt with them and communicating how much my client liked the property, as well as they could tell that I was going to be smooth and easy to deal with during the inspection, appraisal, loan contingency process through escrow. Also a strong lender. My lenders so far, I've had them reach out, call. I tell them to call, and good lenders do this, strong lenders do. They call and reassure how solid a client is to the agent to let them know that they're serious and how strong they are. And so that way it gives more confidence for the agent to choose my client or your client over other clients and other buyers. So a strong agent and lender, there's more to go with that, but from my experience so far, by explaining and communicating effectively to the agent with my lender and myself, showing how solid, how much my client loves the property, goes a long way. This is, also obviously, guiding them through the process and, putting a good offer in. Goes back to number one, a strong offer. Can't talk about it enough. But a strong agent and lender and their ability to communicate and reassure seller's agent, listing agent, that the buyer, their client, is strong and firmed up from a lending perspective, as well as explaining and communicating how much they love a property, goes a long way. But also a strong agent could be there with, strategy on what the first offer will be. They guide them with a smart strategic approach to get the seller's agent attention. That's why a strong agent, a good agent, wins in these multiple offer situations from the get-go. Maybe you have a strategy to put the highest offer in initially because they're going to counter. So what it does is a good agent figures that out and finds that out from the seller's agent and helps you put that best foot forward. So everything kind of goes, back to a strong offer, but you need a good agent, solid agent, to help you figure that out. I can go on and on about a case, or a situation where, by being a communicative and just, I guess, down-to-earth agent and very transparent, helped my clients twice in the last year, when they didn't even have the top offer, because I had put assurance and confidence in the seller's agent that my clients were solid and that they loved the house, and chose to work with me based on my likability. I'm not gonna say I'm a likable guy, but it did help. I'm a pretty laid back guy, but I do like to help my clients win. But yeah, it goes back to a strong agent, strong lender. They can make a world of a difference. It's kind of the X factor, and I call it the intangible outside of a strong offer and the XYZs of putting together a winning offer. I think the letter and a strong agent, creative strong agent and lender that are solid can be the two X factors. Number 4 and 5 are huge intangibles that just putting an offer in sometimes just can't get it done. You need the extras. So this is one of them. It's a variable, or intangible as I like to call it. I hope that sheds some light on 5 tips that can really help you win in this market. It's a competitive market. You got to do whatever it takes. You need an agent and a lender that are willing to do so as well. Been very blessed to have great clients. Been very blessed to have my partner Corey, to be honest with you, to bounce things off of when we're in these tough situations. It's helped me grow as an agent. But if you liked the video you saw today, please like my video. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I look forward to helping more buyers and clients out in the future, and hope this video was helpful for buyers, agents, people across the country, Los Angeles specifically. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.